up, everybody? How are you doing out there? How is your Saturday? Today is the 6th. Isn't it the 6th? September the 6th. Yes. 2025, y'all. How are y'all feeling today? So I don't have a reaction today. I'm just going to get more. I'm going to start delving into what the mental chiropractor realigning the mind content is really all about. I'm having a tough time. The whole, like, I do a lot of reactions for DoorDash and for FDMG, but I'm finding myself not really getting into the meat of the purpose of me doing those reactions. I'm doing the reactions on basically a superficial level and not a subcutaneous level. So I want to go a little deeper here. So I just want to talk about the BLACK NATIONAL ANTHEM being sung at the Super Bowl, and the only kind of people that I really see that is on board with this, and it's like, yeah, we're winning. Those are the only people I really see doing that. Is going to be like the Umarians, right? The people who are ride or die for Jermaine Shoemaker. I can't get Shoemaker out of my head, Tasha K. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, Tasha K, that I can't get Jermaine Shoemaker out of my head. But I digress. So, but let me tell y'all something. Don't think that this is being done to honor Black, where's my camera? Black America, or to give acknowledgement, because let me tell you something. The reason why we got stuck in this whole Umar debacle is because and the reason why we need things like Black excellence, or Black love, or Black girl magic is because there are a group of people that are very desperate to be validated, because they are not self-validated. See, once you are self-validated, you don't need anything else or anyone else to validate you, because once you are self-validated, guess who you continue to receive validation from? The universe, the divine goddess herself. Because when you have tapped into your own validation, you have tapped into a different frequency. Now you're working on a different elevated frequency. When you're constantly looking for this validation, either through more opportunity, either through like DEI, or through phrases and platitudes like Black love or Black excellence and all this kind of shenanigans, you are operating on needing validation externally in order to elevate and to raise your own self-confidence, self-worth, self-love, whatever it may be. But just know that that is still operating on the colonial programming. I just want y'all to know this. I'm not here to judge. I'm just letting you know what frequency that you're operating on when you're still coming out of this. This is why I say Umar is the colonial's biggest success stories, because he's constantly coming from the perspective of, Black power, and don't want anything from the white man. That is a deep state of disempowerment, and that's why they're just sitting back and like, good Daniel son, good Daniel son. Keep spreading that message. Keep feeding and fueling that low vibrational energy and thought into your people. Keep doing that, because that's how they continue to stay disempowered and continue to stay in victim mode. I want you all to know, as long as you are in victim mode, you are in disempowerment mode. We're only victimized one time. The rest is our choice to stay in that. So this is why I always say that Umar Jermaine Shoemaker is the colonial's biggest success stories. Why? Because he has a big platform that is continuing to fuel the mindset and penetrate the mindset of the people to keep them in the same state that the colonials have placed them in for centuries. Don't think that What Umar is doing is constantly having people walk around in perpetual victimhood. Like, it's hard out here for a black person. You know, they constantly make it hard for us. But I'm going to tell you, that's all a vibrational truth. And I heard someone ask, like, why are there people out here still rocking with Umar? Because for every frequency, for every vibration, there is a matching frequency to make it true. So because Umar is out here with the frequency that he is vibing on, there is going to be somebody else that's on that frequency that's going to make his narrative, his story true. For every vibrational frequency, there is a match. So that's why you still have people out here that will rock with him. But there are other people who are waking up and who is realizing that to stay in that state of black power and down with the white man. Let me tell you something. You're not doing anything when you're saying down with the white man. You're not doing anything when you are proclaiming the white supremacy. Let me tell you something. By you even use that word, you are placing the power into their hands. I don't know if you realize it or not. I don't even use that word. There is nobody more supreme over me unless I give that person permission. And I have yet not given anyone that permission. Besides the manufacture of me, which is nobody on this earth plane. So therefore, I cannot give anyone permission to reign supreme over me. So therefore, for me, there is no such thing as white supremacy. It doesn't affect my life. It doesn't exist in my life. I know none of which they talk about when they talk about white supremacy. I also know none of which they talk about when they talk about black supremacy. There is no one supreme over anyone unless you give that person permission. See, what I want you all to understand is this is a game of energy. Everything is energy. Even a decomposing body is energy, because if it was not, then how could the decomposition take place, my friends? It is the life force that was driving that vehicle that we call the physical body. And once that life force is ejected and have moved on, the physical body still has energy in it, but the only thing that it requires in order for it to operate is that life force, your life energy. And this is how we are wasting it. But everything is energy, and you are wasting your precious commodity of energy when you find yourself getting sucked in to the narrative of black, white, black power, white supremacy, black love, black excellence, black girl magic, black is beautiful. All of that is because there is still a need to prove something to someone. All of that is still a need to be seen and acknowledged by another group of people, which you will never receive that acknowledgement, because the more that you seek that, the more that it evades you, because you are on the vibrational frequency of, I do not have this acknowledgement, so the universe will not make you a liar, and the universe will say, I'm going to give you more of that. And then we wonder why we say that we still don't have the acknowledgement, or we still are not seen. That's because we are vibrating on the frequency of not being seen, of not being validated, of not being valued. So therefore, you're going to need more and more of those platitude slogans of black excellence, black love, whatever black that you want out there. Because the reason why it's going to be given to you is because you are on that frequency. So if I say I can never find a good relationship, then guess what? That is going to be true for me. The universe does not know the word no. The universe will never make you a liar. So when I say I cannot find a good relationship, guess what relationships that I am attracting? Non-good relationships. Why? Because my language and my vibrational frequency says I cannot find a good relationship. So the universe is like, okay, yes, this is true. You cannot find a good relationship. It's the same thing on a larger scale, on a collective basis, when we are going around talking about you know, black love or black supremacy, or we got to have our own because the history is being hidden or being lied, and you know, and all these kind of things. Well, the reason why all of this is happening and the reason why we have created a Umar is because we have not tapped into our own inner power. Because once you tap into your own inner power, baby, let me tell you something. You want to find out what instills the most fear in the one percenters or the Schluminatis or the cabals or the brules or the invisibles or the establishment or whatever it is that you want to call that very small group of people. If you want to know what will instill fear in them, is you coming into your own inner power, because they know that when you do that, when a person comes into their own inner power and their sense of their own inner power, when they tap into that, baby, they become unfuckwithable. And they know that. This is why this is why they want the Umars. If y'all want to know why is he still out here gallivanting and doing all of this, it's because he's not posing a threat. They're saying, good Daniel, son. Good Jermaine, son. Until he fucks up with the IRS, and then he's going to have to be, you know, deal with that on whatever level and whatever is required of that type of situation. I don't know. I don't work for the IRS. So this is what this channel is really all about. Because let me tell you something. Hold on to y'all wigs. Because there is no such thing as race as this country relates to it. There isn't. There is no black race. There is no white race. There is no yellow race. There's no brown race. Am I missing a color? Those, my good people, are Pantones that you will find in a box of criminals. And unless your maker, unless your manufacturer is Crayola, you have no business subscribing to those labels. I'm going to go in another video about the psychology, especially behind the black label, how we want to say black business owned, and what else do we want to say? Historical black colleges, and I'm going to go more deeply into the psychology of that term black, of which I have unsubscribed a long time ago, and I give you permission to do so as well. You don't have to. I even had a couple, every time I have to fill out an application of some sort or some sort of documentation, and that asks you what your race is, I don't check the box. And if there is an other, I put other, and I say human race. I'm human. Because you don't have me anymore. I am now a free thinker. I have tapped into my power. So I already know that everything that what you're saying, what the establishment is pushing through legacy media, through corporate media, it's all lies, it's all an illusion, so that they can keep you in the trance of victimhood so that you can stay in a state of disempowerment. So let's go move on to the Black National Anthem. I just want anybody to drop in the chat for me, what nation is black? Black National Anthem. See, some of these things we just need to just apply a tad. I'm not even asking you to go hard in the paint with critical thinking. I'm just asking you to apply just a tad bit of critical thinking. Black National Anthem. What nation is black? And the Black National Anthem has no business being sung at a United States of America sports event. You can sing the Black National Anthem at the BET Awards, at the Ebony Essence Awards, at anything that is given for the black people, because you know how we have to have like the Black Lawyers Convention, the Black Doctors Convention. Save that shit for that. That's where that belongs. It does not belong on a national stage where you alienate every other group of people out there. They only use it to further divide the nation. Y'all are not seeing this, and it's so crazy how you're not seeing this, especially for the Omarians out there. I don't know how many people were excited. And let me tell you something else. That song is not a song to be sung at an event where you want to get people hyped up and you want to round people up and get them ready. That's not a song for that. That song is morose, solemn, drab, and too damn long. Too many fucking lyrics to this song. Nobody's gonna. I bet you 10% of the black population know the entire lyrics to that song. Stop it, you all. Let's stop it. Stop the madness. Stop letting them believe that they have to coddle us, or stop letting them use us as a weapon. They are weaponizing our victimhood. They are weaponizing our desperation to be included. They are weaponizing this. Someone called it the DEI anthem. Can't get mad at them. We don't need, because what happens is, what about the Native Americans? See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. For the people that they could not control, because the Native Americans are still very heavily connected to their higher source. And so they knew that they could not fuck with the Native Americans. So what did they do? They just did away with them. They extinguished them off of the face of the earth, damn near. The Native Americans are, when we talk about we want to be included, somebody tell me what the Native Americans are included in. So how come there's not an anthem for the Native Americans to be sung? How come I saw somebody say, well, what about Brown America? Where's the Brown National Anthem? Do y'all see how a mockery that they make of a group of people and their so-called movement? It's nothing but a mockery that they are making of you. And this is why nothing that you do, no level of activism that you do, no level of I can't think of the word right now, but no level of progressiveness that you do is not going to carry any weight to it, because they are looking at you like a joke. They are looking at you like a joke, and they can just toy with you. Let's just throw them a bone, and then they're just going to run off with it and be happy-go-lucky. Like Juneteenth. Why the fuck is that a national holiday? Why isn't emancipation the national holiday? Why did they make Juneteenth? Because they're not taking you seriously. They're just placating you. I need y'all to really stop and think about this on a deeper level, with the mind of a free thinker and not the mind of a victim. Because with the mind of a victim, they're just gonna make mockery of you. That's what they're gonna do. So I just came on to say that there is no such thing as a Black national anthem, first and foremost. Just let me put that out there. There is no such thing as a Black national anthem, because there is no such thing as a Black nation. And then there is no such thing as Black. I mean, let's just break it all the way down, folks. Let's just distill it all the way down to its simplest form. There is no such thing as Black. There is no such thing as white when it comes to human beings. Though those are crayons and a box of Crayolas. And like I said, unless you subscribe to your maker being crayons manufactured by Crayola, and unless you are subscribing to Crayola being your maker, being your manufacturer, then I will highly recommend that you begin to do away with these labels, including African American, because that shit makes no sense either. I just get so passionate about it, because I'm like, if you just apply a little weensy bit of critical thinking, African American, y'all, that is 2 continents. First of all, Africa and America, those are not countries, those are 2 continents. And then anyone can be African. All shades of skin are African. So I don't want us to believe that we have this monopoly, that we have this trademark, that we have this patent on African American, because we do not. People who are from, South Africa, who have dual citizenship, whether they are low melanated or melanated, those are African Americans. And we're still going to use a two-continent word. But just because if it's related to anyone in this country, honey boo, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not African. You may have African roots that date back 300 years, but then that doesn't have anything to do with your modern day DNA or your lineage. So I'm just asking us, I'm just imploring us to just apply a little bit of critical thinking. And this is how you realign your mind. When you take back, when you begin to extract your mind from the mainstream media or legacy media or corporate media, when you begin to extract your mental from that, when you stop them from being energy vampires, I've got the other word that Billy Carson used. Maybe I can find it. Is it right here? Archons. When you stop letting the archons do their work on you, then you're going to see your life change drastically. You know, for those of you who are traveling on the path of most resistance, once you take back your mind, once you reclaim your mind and reclaim your power, you will then find yourself living a life on a path of least resistance. I'm not saying that you're not going to have any obstacles, but I'm going to tell you one thing, they won't be as detrimental, they won't be as difficult. You'll be able to traverse them with way more ease because now you have sucked back your energy into yourself, into your heart space, into your solar plexus. You are now in control of your energy and you are directing where your energy goes and who you let it penetrate into your energetic frequency and who you do not. I'm telling you just from personal experience, when I took back my own power, I became unfuckwittable. And if I do let someone in, like if I do let someone catch me off my center, I know that I allow that to happen. See, it all starts and ends with me. And that's how I control my entire life. And I can live a life of utter and radical peace, no matter what's going on in the world. So I am just saying that realigning the mind means that you're plopping yourself back down into the driver's seat of your life, and you're living your life by design and not by default. Living life by default is living your life according to the expectations of mainstream media, which is 6 inches off of the ground. That's what their expectations is from you. And if you give them, if you allow those archons to dictate, to control your life, then yes, you will be performing at a 6 inches off the ground level. But let me tell you something, if you want to catapult yourself into the stratosphere, then you have to untether yourself to the archons. You have to untether yourself to this whole narrative. You have to untether yourself to the notion of we need to have a Black national anthem and not even realize that all that is a mockery. You should have heard the people in the stadium. They had left the volume of the stadium on, and you could barely hear the person singing the Black national anthem because nobody wanted to hear that shit. Nobody gave two shits about that except for the person who's singing and the Umarians. So all I'm saying is that get to the point where you don't need anyone to validate you, that you don't need anyone to determine your self-worth. You don't need anyone to do that. Do it yourself. And then when you do it yourself, you're going to find that your external world has a gravely, pleasantly surprising response to you. And I'm going to drop it there, folks, and whatever I said, I hope that somewhere along the way you found a little meat to eat. And as I say, eat the meat and leave the bones. So I'm going to sign off. This is Tesra, your mental chiropractor, where I'm here to help you realign your mind. Remember that we are tuned in, tapped in, but never trapped in to the lies and the illusions of mainstream and the colonials. So just begin to recognize where the colonial programming is and how you can see it in others. And in that way, maybe you can even see it in yourself. All right, y'all. Until the next video, I'll see you later. Oh, yeah. And if this type of content resonates with you, if it speaks to you, if it piques your interest, then go ahead and like my video. I'm still very brand new to the YouTube platform, and I'm still trying to figure out, my setup and all this, that, and the other. Listen, I'm not even getting cute at this point, because right now it doesn't even matter. I just need to get up and started. You don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started to be great. So I'm just going to get started. So if this content resonates with you, then go ahead and subscribe. And if you like this video, please go ahead and like this video as well. And I'm at 33 subscribers, y'all. I need 50 subscribers to be able to go live from my phone. So y'all, let's hit it. Let's get to 50. All right. At the next video, I'll catch you then. Until then, be empowered. Peace.